All right, fam. So there is hope. There is hope. The market is bouncing, and we had a pretty decent bounce yesterday, which I'm very happy about. Now I tweeted on the 11th that the bottom is in. It was very questionable on what is actually going to happen. I updated you throughout in the community, but I want to reflect on what is actually happening, why this chart is actually looking like this, and what I see is going to be the next move, which is probably going to be the most exciting week in crypto. This one. So let's get going. So number one, if you don't know who I am, my name is Fefe. I bring you these short updates every single day and navigate the market. We got it completely right. You can just go into my X and you can see all the posts that I made. It's right here on when the bottom is in, when the top is in, all that stuff. So go and check that out, and also check out the daily updates. Subscribe to the channel. But in general, what I explained to you in yesterday's update, one, I explained when the crash happened. We shorted the crash. Horrible. Nobody could expect this. A lot of people lost money. And then yesterday I said, even though it feels very uncomfortable, it is a time to start buying, because after we had a major liquidation, there is no other way in doing that. And I drafted this little thing here on the show, and I said, if we do not close below 3.66 trillion, we are going to see a massive bounce. And so what happened is exactly that. There was a little close. No, sorry. So we saw the little close yesterday already. There was a little close here, but I said if there is no impulsive close below, and there was no impulsive close below, I'm gonna get back to the charts a little bit, but I want to say why the bounce most likely came. One of the biggest things or questions was, again, like with the API issue that caused the massive crash, 85%, 90% on tokens, is different to what caused the initial crash, which was Trump's comment on China. We talked about this, but he's basically talking about the fact that China is taking insane measures that will make it very difficult to the US and the Western world, and then he's making very serious efforts, 130% tariffs on China and whatnot. Now, yesterday news and on China evening came in that says that the news about China's rare earth export controls came out on October 9th, hours before Trump posted about it, 26 hours before Trump posted about it, was a non-news event until President Trump posted about it over 1 day later. Last night, China released a statement clarifying their export control on rare earth, and it seems like that it was a big misunderstanding. So it says that it's not a full export ban, and it seems like, and it's very unlikely that Trump is going to propose the 100% tariff. JD Vance comes out like a coordinated effort immediately and says, we appreciate a friendship between Trump and China. President Trump hopes U.S. won't need to use leverage on China. And then not so long later, Trump comes back and says, don't worry about China. It will be all fine. Highly respected President Xi had a bad moment. He doesn't want depression for his country, and neither do I. The USA wants to help China, not hurt it. President Donald J. Trump. So that means that seemingly the market is taking this very good. Now, a couple of things that I want to say. Yes, a lot of people will say, yes, but this is a broken structure, and there is a wick down. And even Fefe said that if we have a daily close below, that is the end of the bull market, and I said that, and it's very important to know that I said that if there is an impulsive close below. Now, a close like this, which is nothing, if I just really zoom out here and I say what was the close below here, like just so I see the number, it's like 0.08% close below, which is nothing considering the fact that some tokens went 80-90% down. So this is not an impulsive close. An impulsive close would be something like this, where it's like proper impulsive big close below. If it was close below here, that would have been a trigger for me. But because it didn't, I was expecting all the way up here when I posted this, all the way up here. I've been telling you that we're going to come down to this daily OB, and which we did, order block, demand zone. This is where massive demand lays. The reason why a lot of people DM me and they're like, oh, the actual low is actually down here, 3.65. No, it's not, because this level is indeed the very bottom of the move. But this here was enough consolidation and liquidity sweep for it to be not to be considered. So this level here that caused a new close above is the real level. That means if we would have closed below impulsively on this on the daily, it would have been the end of the bull market. I genuinely mean it, and this is why I made this video yesterday, and I said it's not clickbait. Genuinely what I said and thought, if we still think if we close below here, that is the end of the bull market. I'm going to sell everything, I'm going to be out. But because we didn't close below, you have to buy on demand zones, and this was a major demand zone. Not only that, in the Telegram I gave you all the trades that we took. All of them are massive, except one, Apex, but all of them are up massively. 31%, 36, 66, 16, 7, 26, 28, 40, 30. All of these trades I took in the community, in the private community. There's a link in the description. It's completely free. I don't know what you're doing if you're not in there. Not financial advice. You do whatever you do. I want to share my opinion, but you can join in. There is a link in the description to my private community. So that said, also the bots, going back to the bots, all of the bots are in profit. All of these, I opened them up. I gave you in the Telegram, and I also gave you here on the show in the description. You can copy, click, and play with these bots. Literally, again, I said that I recommend you do that, but it's not a financial advice. You do whatever you want to do. It's a relatively small portion of my portfolio, but you don't have to do anything with them. And unless there is a global meltdown, which no one can see, these bots perform extremely well. Like our bots were up massively when the whole glitch, API glitch happened and liquidated everyone. So I'm back on this again on the next leg up. Link in the description to this as well. But here's the big question. What am I actually looking for? So we're still not out of the woods. Oh, I actually wanted to show you this as well. I posted this and I said this is a perfect AMD, which is accumulation, manipulation, distribution, which happens, I drafted here on the 1 hour chart in the community. What I meant was, if you go onto the 1 hour chart, you see this perfect little range here, right? So you have this little range after the massive liquidation where the market is undecisive. And then liquidates, it comes down, people start taking short positions and they put their stop losses right here. And this V-shaped recovery is exactly accumulation, manipulation, people start shorting, distribution, right? So this was a perfect setup, and I even posted it with golden. I opened a massive position on my other account as well here, like a massive Bitcoin position. And the reason is because this is golden. I do think that the bottom is in at 3.6, but we will see a lot of pullbacks. If you go down into the lower time frame, you see multiple supply zones, right? So this here, where we are literally just getting into, is a massive one, because you see this was where the real glitch happened. So coming back here will probably result in some kind of sell-off. The question is how low we come. We should not go below 3.68 trillion for this to actually continue. This is what I would imagine. But again, it's very important that I would not be surprised if this was just a V-shaped recovery all the way, taking this 4.12 and then going all-time high in no time. So because we see the strength, if China and Trump comes out and even have bigger confirmations from the Chinese side as well, this will just simply rally and no pullback. But I want you to know that what I'm doing is the following. I am not touching these trades, okay? I'm not touching them. Incredible entries. Look at this. Esther, on 3x, I'm already up 41%. Solana, on 3x, I'm already up 30x. All of these are incredible entries, and they're just at the beginning of the pump, okay? So if, and I say if, but if this turns out to be the bottom, guys, we caught something. I even posted it in the community yesterday night. I said, brothers and sisters, if we caught the bottom here and Q4 is indeed bullish, we'll eat very good in Q4. So far, bottom is in at 3.6. This is what I told you down here. 3.6, the bottom is in. And I said initial pump will have a smaller pullback that's crucial to hold most exciting week ahead for crypto. This is what I believe. So if you go down to hourly, the initial pump, which we just saw now, probably will have a pullback that will come back down to the 3.71. I do think that this level should hold. If not this, the 3.6 should hold. This would be an absolutely healthy correction. If this happens, I'm throwing the house at it and then just waiting for this to hit. Here is going to be crucial. The next crucial level is going to be here after this 15-minute will be going to be here. If we can overcome that as well, I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. So so this is what I'm looking for. I'm going to keep you posted in the private community. It's very difficult to say, I know there will be a lot of people, Fefe, I didn't buy because I was scared. Like, I'm telling you here what I'm doing. I can't help you when, it's like, don't play with the glass because it's going to break. Don't play with the glass, it's going to break. The glass breaks and you come to me, what do I do? Well, don't play with it. Like, I'm sorry, I can't really help if you didn't get in. It's very difficult to get in. The best thing you can do, in my opinion, is to get into bots because they layer in, they layer out. So it's not like you take one bet and then you're going to get liquidated immediately. I do think the bots are good. All of the bots that I set up are both fundamental and TA-wise. So there's a link in the description and in the pinned comments. You can see them. You can get a $1,000 sign-up bonus. We'll put it up. Also, especially in these times when the sign-up bonus could matter a lot. So I do recommend that you actually check out. We're going to put out somewhere here. We're going to put the video here. It's going to be how you can claim a $1,000 sign-up bonus from Pinox if you sign up using our link, and also you can just copy all the bots in the description. Guys, truly appreciate you. Higher. Join the community. I can update you there. I'm actually traveling and all that, as you see. Yeah, higher, guys. Much love, and we're back, baby. We're back.